I was a tomboy for a couple years. So those years, I think I was more into sports and being a tomboy. And then once I came out of that, I was like secretly doing walks in my room and stuff.
Because when you come home, if you have a cold, or anything, a little Belgian cherry juice, like the vitamin C is so rich. I've always loved that.
Rihanna has long held the title of pop and fashion royalty, but even royalty isn't immune to controversy. In a move that caught fans entirely off guard, rumors are swirling that Rihanna is hell-bent on banning the Kardashians from the 2025 Met Gala. And yes, you heard that right. She's allegedly using her influence and her partner, A$AP Rocky's newfound role on the Met Board committee to ensure the entire Kardashian-Jenner clan is wiped from the guest list. It's a plot twist so dramatic, it sounds like it came straight from a Hollywood script. But how did it come to this? What in the world made Rihanna zero in on Kendall, Kim, and the rest of the Kardashian empire with what appears to be an unbreakable grudge? Let's unravel the history of drama, jealousy, shocking public spats, and rumored sabotage. All fueling this headline-making story. You might wonder how Rihanna, a global superstar revered for her chart-topping hits and iconic fashion sense, could find herself at odds with the then-teenaged Kendall Jenner. The story goes back to 2012 when Kendall, just 16 at the time, attended one of Rihanna's concerts.
Before I ever started modeling that, I love working with animals and I want to work with animals, especially horses. Wow. So it was just really cool, and it was like so dreamy in the streets of Paris, running around. It was really cool. It was actually super interesting the way they like trained the horses. So they would have like one horse, which was the only one on camera, and then the other, it had like a best friend. The other one would stand on the other end.
Being an excited fan, Kendall tweeted her eagerness to hear a particular song, and she half-jokingly threatened to be upset if Rihanna didn't sing it. Most artists would shrug it off or tease back politely. Not Rihanna. Her response? A pointed jab telling Kendall flat out, "Well, don't come," publicly humiliating her in front of millions on social media. The world was stunned that Rihanna would snap at someone so young for what seemed like harmless fangirling, yet Rihanna's supporters insisted that Kendall had been presumptuous. In their view, Rihanna was merely setting boundaries. Media outlets picked the story apart, and while it eventually fizzled, it planted a seed, one that apparently grew into years of tension. When it comes to Rihanna, if you cross her once, she rarely forgets. If the 2012 Twitter spat was a small spark, the 2015 Victoria's Secret fashion show fiasco became a blazing fire. Rihanna had been slated to perform but abruptly canceled right before the show, leaving fans and event organizers scrambling to replace her. One rumor in particular lit up social media. Kendall allegedly used connections to swap out Rihanna's close friend, model Jordan Dunn, in favor of Kendall taking that runway spot. When Jordan Dunn hopped on social media soon after the news broke, she wrote a telling tweet, "Feeling so much better about not doing BS. Sorry, I mean Victoria's Secret." And now that Rihanna isn't doing it also, for many, that was enough confirmation that Rihanna's decision to bail wasn't just a scheduling conflict. Rihanna didn't publicly address the matter, but Jordan's words spoke volumes. Fans believed that Rihanna, loyal to a fault, pulled out in protest over her friend being snubbed. If Kendall hadn't been on Rihanna's bad side before, she certainly was now. Over the next few years, anytime Rihanna and Kendall were at the same event, fans looked for drama. As the internet does, they pored over photos, body language, and even background expressions.
Finding where I think I could better myself and being like, even if it's physical, like physical as in like my physical health or working out, or I just started doing, speaking of Wim Hof, I just started doing like cold plunges and ice baths, and like, even if I don't have the time to go outside, I just got a cold plunge. I did it right before I got here. It's the best thing ever.
I did
it's
it this
also,
weekend,
so, again, it takes so much mental, the whole thing of it is all mental.
Hoping to catch a whiff of tension. In 2018, tabloids reported Rihanna made a snide, body-focused remark in Kendall's ear at the Met Gala. Allegedly, Rihanna laughed that she was thankful to have curves and would hate to be a stick figure, which onlookers claim was a direct shot at Kendall's naturally slim physique. Whether Rihanna said it to Kendall's face or not remains unconfirmed, but sources swore that the pop star's cold glance and audible chuckle made the moment painfully awkward. Kendall reportedly tried to brush it off, but the press latched onto the story. Later, during a 2022 Fashion Week runway event, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were spotted in the audience as Kendall walked. Eagle-eyed fans caught Rihanna's unimpressed expression and A$AP Rocky's bored look, interpreting it as more shade. Could it have just been a coincidental moment caught on camera? Possibly, but given the long history, many people believe it's proof Rihanna and Kendall can't stand each other. Like most high-profile circles in Hollywood, it's not unusual for celebrities to date within the same small social web. But for Rihanna, a trifecta of romantic ties made the feud with Kendall even messier.
I know it's kind of corny to say, but almost like destiny. Like, I think that was what was pushing me that direction. And I like presented the cutest like little modeling book to my mom when I was like 14. And then she did her Kris Jenner things and made it all come to life.
First, there's Chris Brown, whom Kendall was rumored to have dated or at least had a fling with. Given Chris Brown's violent past with Rihanna, he physically attacked her in 2009. Rihanna's loyal fan base balked at Kendall for cozying up to him, feeling it was a direct affront to Rihanna's trauma. Then there's ASAP Rocky. Long before he became Rihanna's official partner and father to her children, ASAP Rocky was often spotted with Kendall in 2016 and 2017. They were seen all over each other at Coachella and spending time together in Paris, New York, and Los Angeles. At the time, Rihanna was friendly with Rocky, fueling speculation she harbored deeper feelings for him. Seeing him with Kendall may have stoked a slow-burning jealousy. After all, nobody wants to watch a friend they fancy get involved with someone they already dislike. Even once Rihanna and ASAP Rocky confirmed their own romantic ties, the echoes of Kendall's fling remained. Some sources claim Rihanna still feels a twinge of irritation about how close Kendall and Rocky once were. Others say that Rihanna only grew more protective of him once the two of them started dating. The rumor mill churned, concluding that if Rihanna had any lingering resentment toward Kendall, this was yet another reason it burned bright. Rihanna's shade extends beyond words and awkward glances. At least according to fans who noticed Kendall has never walked in a Savage X Fenty show.
It like rained and everything kind of got postponed, so it didn't happen until I was out of town, which was very unfortunate because I would have loved to go and it looked really amazing, but she really went all out. And I said something to her, I was like, you know, she's won. Like, I don't know if she's gonna remember this. Like, I love you for the effort, but like, and she was like, I really don't care. I really want to do it. I was like, you know what? More power to you. I did in middle school. I played basketball.
Do you guys ever have a little
not that good.
One-on-one competition?
We do sometimes. We actually were just playing in we have like our friends had like a pool set up, you know, the hoops that are in the pool.
Oh, there you go.
And so we were playing in the pool and he just like took it way too seriously, as did I, by the way.
Rihanna has invited nearly every major fashion model, especially Gigi and Bella Hadid, who are Kendall's close friends, but Kendall remains suspiciously absent. Some believe it's purely business. Rihanna handpicks models who stand for authenticity, body positivity, and diversity. Others see it as a direct snub, claiming Rihanna wants to keep Kendall far from her empire. Meanwhile, one of the biggest controversies dogging Kendall in recent years involves claims of cultural appropriation. The Kardashian-Jenner clan has been accused multiple times of profiting from Black culture, borrowing styles and aesthetics without giving credit. Additionally, Kendall faced backlash for launching her own tequila brand, yet another alleged instance of capitalizing on cultural products with minimal understanding or respect for their heritage. Critics hammered her for mispronouncing Spanish words in her promotional videos and turning an age-old Mexican tradition into a trendy aesthetic. Rihanna has never publicly addressed Kendall's tequila fiasco. However, the pop star's brand is deeply rooted in celebrating her own Caribbean roots and championing inclusivity. Some speculate that Rihanna finds the Kardashian-Jenner approach, especially Kendall's alleged appropriation.
I mean, it's to make a long story short, I guess. It was something that was always, my mom and my dad drank it all the time growing up. I always heard about it. And then, you know, as I got older and I would start drinking it, I kind of was like loving playing around with, as a consumer, tasting different tequilas, loving different tequilas, kind of just loving the space, again, as a consumer, not knowing too much about the ins and outs of it.
Offensive, and has steered her business away from association with them, adding that to the personal grudges from the past. Let's just say the tension went from a spark to a full-on bonfire. By now, many fans are asking, why the spotlight on 2025? The biggest claim, fueled by a so-called anonymous source from Rihanna's inner circle, is that ASAP Rocky was recently added to the Met Gala's board committee. If this is true, it places him among the small circle of decision-makers who shape the guest list each year. And here's the bombshell. Rumor has it Rihanna told Rocky in no uncertain terms that she wants 0 Kardashians in attendance. Gasp-worthy? Absolutely. But is it real? The internet can't decide if this is verifiable intel from someone genuinely close to Rihanna, or if it's a Kardashian-friendly outlet trying to spin a narrative that Rihanna is out to get them. While mainstream publications haven't confirmed it, the story has circulated on gossip blogs, Twitter threads, and fan forums. The conversation is roaring. Some believe Rihanna is finally giving the Kardashians a taste of their own medicine. Others think Rihanna couldn't care less about them. What's especially intriguing is how personal the language sounds. Allegedly, Rihanna is hell-bent on keeping them away, like it's her ultimate payback for every slight, every perceived appropriation, and every meltdown over old flames. Meanwhile, fans of the Kardashian clan argue that this is a made-up rumor to drum up hype.
I would like dress up. I was a tomboy for a couple years, so those years I think I was more into sports and being a tomboy, and then once I came out of that, I was like secretly doing walks in my room and stuff. My first big break was the Marc Jacobs show. I didn't think anyone would like me. I went back I think I wasn't nervous because I was wearing flats.
Or possibly a scapegoat for why the Kardashians might skip the Met in 2025. Kylie, Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Kendall, and even momager Kris are rumored to be outraged. If the story is legit, on social media, some folks joke that the Kardashians, who built an empire on drama, might be using this fiasco to generate more headlines and keep themselves relevant. Others point out that Rihanna, known for her shade-throwing skills, rarely forgets a personal slight and might actually be exerting her influence now that she's one of the most powerful women in fashion. Only time will tell if 2025's guest list is Kardashian-free and whether Rihanna had anything to do with it. So, are we witnessing a real, ongoing grudge match between Rihanna and the Kardashian clan? Or is this all being blown out of proportion by tabloids hungry for headlines? The evidence of bad blood is extensive, from that infamous 2012 Twitter moment to the Victoria's Secret fiasco, from rumored body shaming to potential sabotage at fashion shows. Factor in Kendall's possibly thorny history with men who shaped key moments in Rihanna's life, and you can see why fans might believe Rihanna's fed up enough to freeze the Kardashians out of the Met Gala entirely. But there's another angle. Rihanna is an unparalleled mogul in music and fashion, busy with brand building and motherhood. Some argue she's far too successful and unbothered to orchestrate a celebrity ban. Could it be that the Kardashians, for once, are the architects of their own rumor?
They knew my parents, and they were like, she's probably fine, she won't hurt our dog, but...
Yeah, but
so
then
I took some dogs up.
you would walk them while riding your dirt bike. So it's like, walk
No.
fast!
Not exactly, but
Very in shape
sure.
dogs, very in shape. But not too long after that, you got the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's been on for
Yeah.
10 years, is that true?
Yeah, it's insane.
Look at the family right there.
Aiming to paint Rihanna as the villain to drum up sympathy and press? We might never know the full truth. What we do know is that when Rihanna's name appears in the headlines, the world pays attention. The Kardashian-Jenner family has long thrived on spectacle, so perhaps it's only natural that they clash with a star who can match or surpass their level of influence. Whether or not Rihanna is truly fueling the gossip train, or if the Kardashians are playing puppeteer behind the scenes, it's a saga that continues to fascinate fans. In the end, it comes down to personal perspective. Are you on Team Rihanna, convinced she's righting old wrongs? Or do you believe the Kardashians are victims of an unfair campaign to shut them out of one of fashion's biggest nights? Let's be real, this feud isn't over yet, and the speculation about who's banned, who's bitter, and who's behind the next round of drama will only get louder as we inch closer to the 2025 Met Gala. So, what do you think? Is Rihanna taking revenge once and for all, or are the Kardashians just capitalizing on rumors to make headlines? Drop your thoughts and theories wherever you can comment and keep your eyes peeled for the next chapter, because if there's one thing we know about Rihanna and the Kardashian-Jenner machine, it's that neither side ever steps away from the spotlight for long. After all, scandal and speculation keep fans coming back for more. And in this world of high-stakes fashion and celebrity culture, nothing is ever truly off the table.